Hello everyone. This hour on Verbling, the next in my, what are we doing? Fun with phrasals. This is the class where we learn phrasal verbs in different situations and we practice them until they are perfect. So we'll get started in just a minute, but first, a little introduction. I'm John Eric, your Verbling teacher for this hour. I'm an American teacher from New York, coming at you today from Lisbon, Portugal, to bring you this class. By the way, if you click on my name anywhere in Verbling, or you click on the link, which I'm trying to put in the Verbling chat window, does not appear to be working. Anyway, I'll get it there eventually. You will go to this page, my profile page, and there you can click follow on the left side to see my upcoming classes, as well, whoops, there we go, as well. You can book a private tutoring class on the right side, and I will work with you on creating a personalized learning plan to help get you to your goals. So that's a little bit about me. We're going to start the class. Here is the presentation for today. And as always, if you want to download it yourself or open it in a new window, you can click on the link that I'm putting in the chat window right now, and you'll be able to see it up close. Okay, so let's get started. Let me just check that your microphones are working. So first of all, is your microphone working, Mr. Arnaud?
Hi, John.
Yes, it is. Very good. And Mr. Miko, long time no see. How are you?
Hello, John. Yes, a long time. I'm doing well, and you?
That was a very long bike trip.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you're back.
There was a trip to England, but it was only one week.
Ah, okay.
But my schedule nowadays is different, and I have to take classes at the beginning of the day.
Uh-oh.
It's quite difficult at this hour.
Uh-oh. You've got to quit school.
Yeah.
You've got to take classes. What do you mean take classes? Are you doing a degree?
No. To receive classes on Berlin.
Oh, I see. I see. Got it. Okay. Well, good to have you here today.
Yeah.
And Ms. Rebecca, how are you?
Hello, how are you?
Very good. Excellent. And Sylvia, welcome back.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, very good. And finally, we have Ms. Rodriguez. Hello. Anna, how are you?
Hi, fine, thanks.
Okay. And Ksenia, you're back as well, right?
Yeah.
Yes, hello.
Okay, very good. So, here's the plan. Let's work on phrasal verbs for communication. Oh, and there's Frederick. Hello, Frederick. So,
hello, how are you?
very good, very good. I'm going to ask you also later what you're doing when we do these vocabulary classes, what you're doing to practice the vocabulary outside of the classroom. I'd be curious to know about that, but we'll talk about it at the end. First, let's do some learning. What we're going to do is spend about 15 minutes learning 2 or 3 sets of vocabulary words, and I'll try to give you ways to make it easier to remember them, right? Try to group them in meaningful ways. Then we'll apply them to 3 or 4, I guess there's 3 exercises that I have, and then we'll try to activate them by doing a little speaking activity at the end and trying to reuse the ones you've learned. If we have time, we'll do a little reflection, and then I'd like to ask you about your study techniques outside of the classroom. So that's the plan. And here is the first set of phrasal verbs. Take a look at the phrasal verbs at the bottom of the screen. Okay, and if you can't see them, I know that the classroom puts all the people across the bottom of the screen, which is difficult to see the bottom. If you can't see them, open the links right now so that you can see this up close in your computer. Okay? And if you need the links, once again, they should be there in the chat window. Okay? So here's the plan. I'm going to assign each of you a sentence in this text. We're going to find out a little bit about our character here, Catherine Taylor. The group here, to make it easier to remember the phrasal verbs, the group is communication for managing subjects and topics, how to communicate, how to manage a particular topic. So, for example, we've got get on to, bring up, leave aside. So you're here, what you're doing is talking about talking about your communication using these phrasal verbs. To run through is another one. At the bottom, come back to. We have run through again. Oh, why do we have run through twice? Oh, we've got run through twice because we have two different meanings of run through. That's what it was. To spell out and to deal with. Okay? So, probably these are familiar, but maybe they're not in your everyday vocabulary. So it's good to practice. First of all, are any of those words at the bottom of the screen completely unfamiliar or unclear? You've never seen them before? Are there any just initial questions about the vocabulary at the bottom of the screen? Are we cool? Any questions? No questions? Okay.
No. Most of them are new for me.
Yeah.
Ah, they're mostly new. But what I mean is, you know what the verb to get means, right?
Yeah.
And you know what the verb to bring means, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So as long as you know the verb, you'll probably be able to guess. Probably.
Okay.
That's what I mean. Okay. Let's give it a shot. I'm going to go in the order that I see you on the screen. So let's start with Anna. Let's find out what Catherine Taylor's doing. Catherine Taylor is speaking to her colleagues at a weekly business meeting. She gives an outline of what she's going to say. So in other words, she's doing a presentation. Okay? So Anna, try the first sentence and see if you can fit in the phrasal verb. Make an educated guess. Okay?
Okay. Well, there are a couple of matters which I want to.
Make an educated guess. If you need a clue, I'll be happy to help you with a clue.
I don't know.
Okay, this means the meaning is to begin to talk about something or to introduce a subject, to start to talk about a subject for the first time.
Get on to?
Get onto. No,
No.
but it's a good guess. We'll come back to it in a minute, okay? So think about it, we'll come back to it. Mr.
Okay.
Arnaud, continue with number 2.
But before we...
This is when you start talking about something after the discussion has already begun. In other words, you start talking about something after discussing something else.
But before we run through this
But
question?
before we run through. Again, good guess, very close, but not the best answer.
Deal with. No.
First guess was closer, but anyway,
Okay.
it's not run through yet.
Okay.
Don't worry, we'll come back. I want you to self-correct. Okay, so Anna and Arnaud, think about your answers when you hear the others, and we'll see if we can figure them out. Frederic, we're on to number 3.
I just want to...
Number 3 means to repeat something.
to come back to.
Interesting. I want to come back to the schedule for next week's sales conference, but you'll have copies. To repeat something, usually quickly to make sure. Maybe repeat is confusing here. What if I say it like this? Instead of to repeat, what if I say to look at something quickly and just make sure that it's absolutely correct? To certify that it's correct by taking maybe a second look at it.
Okay, run through.
Correct. Our first correct answer goes to Frederic. Very good. Remember, there's 2 run-throughs in this conversation. Okay, so Anna and Arnaud, if that changes the way you think about your answer, whenever you're ready, then tell us what you think should go in your sentence. Okay? So just tell us when you're ready.
Okay.
All right? So let's go on to Mr. Giancarlo. Good morning, Giancarlo. How are you?
Fine, thank you, John. Good morning.
Very good. So far, we only have one correct, which is number 3. I just want to run through the schedule for next week's sales conference, which you all have copies of. Giancarlo, take number. You're going to do number 4, and Jose, you're going to do number 5, which is the same sentence. Okay? Give it a try, Giancarlo.
Someone asked me if we could talk about the new computer system, but I prefer to.
This means to not discuss it.
To leave aside.
Very good. Excellent. That's it. 2 correct answers. Okay, Jose, you're number 5, so you're going to reread the sentence and add in the missing word in number 5, okay?
Okay. Number 5.
So reread the sentence. Reread the sentence. Someone asked me.
But I prefer to
leave aside.
To leave that aside for today, and
this one is to return.
To return is clear, John.
Okay.
Come back.
Come back, exactly.
Yeah, return.
Good. Okay, good.
To it another time.
Perfect.
So far, so good.
So far, so good. Very good. Okay. Ksenia, we're on to number 6.
I'm sure I don't need to spell out how important it is that.
Very good. So to spell out is to explain in detail. Okay. Excellent. Mr. Mikkel. So same sentence, but this time you're going to do number 7. Read from the beginning of the sentence, please.
I'm sure I don't need to
spell out
how important it is that we're all thoroughly prepared
like this, thoroughly
prepared for next week's conference. So maybe we can.
And 7 means to discuss or give our attention to something.
Deal with that first.
Very good. To deal with. Very good. Okay. Rebecca, we're on to you for number 8. Last sentence.
So let's have a quick. Let me go.
This means to practice.
Okay.
Repeat something.
Run through.
Right.
Of the schedule and discuss each event in turn.
Very good. So here we're using run through as a noun instead of a verb. A run through. A quick run through. Okay. Sylvia, do you think you can figure out the answers to 1 and 2? Because we skipped those in the beginning. Do you have either of those answers from the beginning? Like number 1, we know it means to begin talking about something. And number 2, we know it means to talk about something after discussing something else. So we know the meaning. What phrasal verbs haven't we used that might fit?
I think the first one is bring up.
Correct. Very good, very good. So read that sentence for us and let's hear how it sounds. Starting with well? Yeah, good.
Well, there are a couple of matters which I want to bring up today for discussion.
Very good, very good. Do you think you can get number 2 as well?
Get on to.
It's the only one left. Okay, so keep reading, please. But before
we get on to this question, is get on to?
Correct.
Okay.
Continue.
Get on to these questions. I just want to run through the schedule for next week's sales conference. which you all have copies of.
Okay, good. Okay, we've got them all correct. I'm going to read it one time, just for pronunciation. Take a look here at the answers. And I want you to note if I say the words differently than you think they should be pronounced. If you notice the difference, just let me know afterwards. Okay, so listen to me. Catherine says, well, there are a couple of matters which I want to bring up. Bring up today for discussion. But before we get on to those questions, I just want to run through the schedule for next week's sales conference, which you all have copies of. Someone asked me if we could talk about the new computer system, but I prefer to leave that aside for today and come back to it another time. I'm sure I don't need to spell out how important it is that we're all thoroughly prepared for next week's conference, so maybe we could deal with that first. So, let's have a quick run-through of the schedule and discuss each event in turn. And there you go. Did I say any of these words differently than you might have said them? Yes, Rebecca?
Of course.
Such as?
You know, your accent is your accent.
Yeah, but I'm saying, did my pronunciation of any word surprise you? Did I say it in a way that you absolutely...
You always surprise me with your pronunciation.
That's not what I mean. What I mean is, Rebecca, how do you say, 1, 2, 3, how do you say the fourth word in the last sentence?
The last one.
The fourth word in the last sentence.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Schedule.
Right. How did you say it when you read the text? Do you remember?
Yeah, I didn't say that, but you know, yeah, I said schedule maybe.
Right. Okay, so that's what I mean. The word schedule is American, and the pronunciation of it as a sh, as in schedule, is British English,
Yeah,
which is the way that you said it, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I want to draw your attention to. Differences like that. So both are correct, but the second, my version, schedule, is American English. Okay? Any other pronunciation issues that you noticed? Oh, come on, Mikkel. I think we had a pronunciation issue we should review. Mr. Mikkel. Mr. Mikkel.
Yeah.
What was that word that we said twice to get it right?
Twice.
Yeah, I corrected you on a word, didn't I?
Thoroughly.
Exactly. Listen to me. Thorough.
Thoroughly.
Right. But focus on the beginning. Thorough. That's it. Thoroughly. Good. So you have to put the R on the second syllable. Thorough. Thoroughly. It's a very difficult word. Okay?
Quite difficult for me, yeah.
All right.
Thoroughly.
Let's see how good you are at saying that word. Ksenia, thoroughly. Let's try this again. Ksenia, thoroughly. Ksenia, are you there? Are you?
I'm here.
Ah, okay. Let me hear you say that.
I'm
Thoroughly.
sorry, can you repeat? Thoroughly?
Listen again. Thoroughly.
Thoroughly.
Yeah, but 3 syllables. Th is the first. Thoroughly.
Thoroughly.
Good. Thoroughly.
Thoroughly.
Good. So make sure that the R is at the beginning of the second syllable. It makes it much easier. Not thir, but thorough. Thorough. Much better. That's it. Jose, what about you? Thoroughly. Not bad at all. Okay, good. Giancarlo, thoroughly.
Thoroughly.
Okay, excellent. What about you, Anna? Thoroughly.
Thoroughly.
Okay, not bad. I think you're getting the hang of it. What about you, Arno? Thoroughly. Thoroughly.
Thoroughly.
Excellent. Sylvia, thoroughly.
Thoroughly.
Okay. I think you've got the hang of it. Okay. I say that because that's one of the more difficult words because it's one of the strangest spelled words in the language. Any OUGH word in English needs to be memorized. Okay. For example, in the chat window, you'll see tough, right? And this word is though. Same spelling, but totally different pronunciation. Thorough at least looks different than the others. Okay, so here's thorough. Let's see. And then you've got a word like this, which is bow. So the problem is that the vowel, OU, can be pronounced in different ways, and the GH can either be a F or it can be silent. A F as in tough, but silent as in though. So that's why this gets so confusing, because it's both the vowel that's changing and the GH that's changing. So basically, there's 8 ways to pronounce the OUGH spelling, and you just need to memorize them. And honestly, if you just Google for OUGH, you'll see a very, very handy graph that comes up all the time. There's more than one. But if you just Google for this, maybe OUGH pronunciation, just download. There's a graph that's from... there's a school that has a really nice graph that they put online. If I can see it really quickly, I'll give it to you. But anyway, there's a million sources. Okay, there. This is good enough. TheEnglishClub.com. Fine. That's it. I don't like the choice of words that they use. Like, it's okay. Maybe some of you don't know what a plow is. A plow is what you use, a farmer uses, to turn the soil in the field. Okay, but the other words are pretty common. Okay? So, what is it just have to be memorized, and then when you see other words that have the same spelling, and there aren't that many, just categorize them in this way. I think that there's actually 8 instead of 7, but 7 are more common. Okay? If you want a link to that, by the way, then just go here in the chat window. Okay? So I'm pointing that out just because it's tricky and it came up and you just have to memorize it. Okay. The second group of phrasal verbs has to do with communicating and interacting. Not talking about talking, but talking about interacting, talking about communicating with people, like turn to, ordering around, bubbling over, turning someone down. Here it's turned down because of the sentence. To keep to. Here it's kept to pass on. And you'll see there's a conversation between Jim and Nan, Freda and Lou, Anne and Fiona. It continues here with Paul and Mia, Karen, Tony, and then Harry and Zoe. So it's the same words in a few different, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different short dialogues. Okay? So let's go back to the beginning. Anna, you're going to take dialogue with Jim and Nan. And Nan. In these dialogues, the second speaker uses a phrasal verb to repeat the first speaker's meaning. So the second speaker is rephrasing the first speaker. Any questions about that? Anna, is it clear?
Okay.
Let's give it a try. Let's give it a try. Give it a try.
Okay. I wish they had done what they said they would do.
So that's the meaning. And Nan is going to say that again, but using a phrasal verb. What do you think she says?
Okay. Yes, they should have keep to
Very good. Correct.
what they promised and not change their minds.
Good. Listen to this word again. Promised.
Promised.
Good. So let's say the sentence one more time just to get it into your head. Yes, they should have kept to what they promised and not changed their minds. You try.
Yes, they should have kept to what they promised and not changed their minds.
Fantastic. Hey, we're on to Mr. Arnaud for Frida and Lou.
I don't know who to ask for help or advice on this matter. It's very delicate. Yes, it's difficult to know who to...
Remember, the key is I don't know who to ask.
Who to pass on?
Who to pass on. That would mean that you're giving someone to someone else. You're not giving someone. You're looking for someone. Want to try again?
Okay. Turn to?
Turn to is correct. Good. So repeat after me. Yes, it's difficult to know who to turn to, isn't it?
Yes, it's difficult to know who to turn to, isn't it?
Very good. One little pronunciation issue, which is the L in difficult. We don't say it. It's silent. Difficult. Difficult.
Difficult.
Not cold. Your tongue has to be cold. Your tongue has to be in the middle of your mouth. It can't be raised up. If you raise it up like you're going to make an L, it'll sound like cold, cold, which is weird. It's got to be almost flat. Cold, cold.
Difficult.
Good. That's exactly right. Very good. What was that phrase I learned the other day, Arnaud? It was anguissa? No. Da da anglista. Is that it?
Yes.
Did I say it right?
Yes, more or less.
Da anguissa? Anguissa? What was it? Tell me again.
Huda angoe.
Angoe.
Yeah.
Unda agoe.
Yeah.
Got it. And it's ada agoe, if I'm talking to you, right?
Yes.
Everyone, I just learned my first words in phone. Huh? Huh? How's that? Who wants to learn some phone? A language I didn't even know existed until I met Arnaud. There you go. And what did I say in phone? Ada agoe. What did I say? Arnaud, what did I say?
Ando angoe.
And what does that mean? For all the kids watching at home.
Yeah, it just means I'm happy.
I'm happy. And I am. Because I learned some phone. Okay. But now back to English. Mr. Frederic, let's try Anne and Fiona.
Lucy was extremely enthusiastic and excited about coming to work for us. Yes, she was absolutely
There's only one that makes sense.
bubbling over
Of course.
with excitement when I spoke to her.
Like when you pop the champagne, it bubbles over.
Yeah.
That's it. I could explain it, but I think it's self-explanatory. Okay, very good, very good. By the way, let's just say one more word. The first sentence, extremely enthusiastic. Enthusiastic.
Enthusiastic.
Enthusi with a Z.
Enthusiastic.
Almost.
And
Ziastic. Ziastic.
enthusiastic.
That's perfect. Good. Extremely enthusiastic.
Extremely enthusiastic.
Very good. Very good. The S is not always a Z, And it's not always a Z between vowels, so it's not really, there's not a consistent rule I can give you. But here, it is a Z sound. Okay, so far so good. Mr. Giancarlo, we're going to talk about Paul and Mia.
Yes. She acts as if she was the boss, telling everyone what to do. Yes, she's always...
What do bosses give you?
Yes, she's always ordering people around.
Ordering people around, right. And as a synonym, you could also say she's always bossing people around as well. They mean the same thing. Bossing people around.
Bossing people around or ordering around.
Ordering people around, right. Okay, that's it. Very good. Mr. Jose, Karen and Tony.
Okay, Karen and Tony.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a sign saying that the cat park will be closed tomorrow. Can you tell everybody else, please? Yes, I'll pass the news on. I'll send an email to everyone in the office.
Good. And notice here, we can say pass on the news or pass the news on. It's a separable phrasal verb. You can put an object inside of it. Okay, Ksenia, let's try Harry and Zoe, our last one.
I see Grace said no to the job. Yes, she turned the offer down.
She turned the offer down. Or she turned down the offer. Either one. Okay, very good. If you want to review this at any point, go to slide 7, where you will see the answers, and you can review them. And you should, in fact, what you should do is keep this presentation in your notes or your Google Drive or whatever, or download it, and in a couple of days, just go back and redo the exercises and see how many you can remember. After having the experience in the classroom, right, it'll be in your memory, but you have to trigger it again later on for it to go into your long-term memory. That's the trick. Okay, now that you know 2 sets of phrasal verbs for communicating, one set about communicating with others or interacting with them, and another set which is about talking, managing the subjects and topics that you're talking about. Let's put this to the test. I want you to look at the pictures and just answer the questions below. First of all, let's just read through what everyone's saying. There's a few comments. Okay, so Mikkel, can you just read the first comment for the dude on the left with the tie? I think his name is Dennis, actually. Dennis's comment is, or question?
Could we perhaps come back to this next week?
Okay, so that's our phrasal verb. Rebecca, could you read Mandy's comment? The woman there.
So yeah. I'd like you to
Mandy's comment. The woman with the earrings on the left side.
Say again, please.
Mandy. See the name Mandy on the desk?
Yeah, Mandy. Okay. There's nothing else I'd like to bring up now.
Okay, so we've got bring up. Sylvia Paula's comment.
I'd like you to spell things out a bit more for us.
Okay, we got spell out again. Okay, and Anna, Ali's comment on the right side.
Let's run through the weekend program once more.
Okay, and I know the last one is Anne's comment.
Let's leave that aside for now.
Okay, let's see if we can do it. Class, whoever's got the answer, shout it out. Which speaker wants to introduce a new topic? Excuse me.
Mandy?
Mandy wants to introduce a new topic because she says, why do you think so?
I'd like to bring up now.
Bring up. Hold on a second. My voice is going.
Start to talk. Start to talk.
Start to talk. Right. Bring up. Okay. Hold on just a second because I'm losing my voice. If only I had water. Maybe I can get the water over here. 1 second. Fortunately, I always keep water near my desk. Times like this when I lose my voice. Let's see if it works. Hold on a second. It's an emergency. A little water break. Ah, that was refreshing. Okay, I'm back in business, everyone. Okay, where did we leave off? I'm totally lost. Where did we leave off? Okay, Mandy, and number 2. Okay, I got it. So, I can't see the question on the board, but you know what? Give me a second. I'll be okay. Alright, for some reason I've lost my page. Sorry. Hold on a second. Ah, here we go. Got it. Okay. Which speaker would welcome a fuller explanation? That's where we are.
Paula.
Paula, because she says?
Yes. Spill out.
Paula,
The meaning
because
is
she said
explain details.
Spell out.
Spell out.
To explain better is to spell out. Of course, when you spell a word, you're saying the letters of the word. But spell out means to make something explicit. Not just imply it, but really say it clearly. Okay, very good, very good. Second here. Okay, got it. Which 2 speakers want to deal with the topic later?
Denise and Anne.
Ah, that's right. Dennis and Anne. Dennis says?
Come back to.
Back to, and Anne says?
Leave aside.
Leave aside. Okay, you can leave aside, or you can put aside. They mean the same thing. Which speaker would like to repeat something to make sure everyone understands it?
Ali.
Ali, because he says?
Run through.
Run through once more.
That's exactly. Run through once more. Okay. I think we're in good shape. Give me a second here, because I'm on the wrong page. I'm on the answer page instead of the question page, because I got confused. But now we're back there. There is what I want to be. Okay. That's where I want it to be. So, I think we're going to have to do this one in order, starting with Sylvia. This time you don't have any words on the screen, so you've got to recall them.
Okay, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to. Your invitation. I'm going to have to.
I'll be busy, right? I'll be away. I can't go. So I'll have to do what?
Leave aside.
Leave aside.
Your invitation, no?
Pass to Anne. Anna.
I'm going to have to. Let me think.
3, 2, 1.
I don't know. Get on to.
Pass to Arnaud.
Number 3?
No, number 1. We still haven't figured it out.
Ah, no idea.
No idea. Pass to Frederick.
Turn down.
Turn down. I'm going to have to turn down your invitation. Was that difficult, really?
No,
Yeah.
turn down.
Yeah.
Reject.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. If you want, you can always cheat, because you can always have the presentation open and just glance back at the 2 presentation pages, okay, which would be, or the answer pages. So slides 4 and slide 7. If you want to cheat. And cheating is okay as long as you win. And winning's all that counts. Right? Right. Giancarlo, what about Kate, number 2?
Kate is such a bossy person, always. Yes, it's ordering people around or bossing people around.
Exactly. Ordering or bossing people around. Jose, test your memory with number 3. Let's
blank this question blank for now and return to it when we've all read the report. I think it's not discuss. The phrasal verb is leave aside.
leave aside. Okay. Let's leave this question aside for now. Excellent. Okay. Ksenia, how on earth?
How on earth did we bring up such an extraordinary topic of conversation?
The key idea is, say again?
Bring up?
Yes, it fits. So it's not exactly wrong. But that's not exactly what they want to say. They want to mean how did we suddenly start talking about this? Not the fact that we talked about it for the first time, which is bring up, but how did we even transition from the normal conversation to this strange conversation? How did we make that transition?
Person?
What?
Person? I don't know.
I didn't understand the word.
No, I think I was wrong. I said person, but it's
pass on. No, not pass on. That's like giving something to someone. Does anyone know?
Yes, start talking after discuss. Get on to.
Get on to. Yeah, get on to is like saying arrive.
Start talking after discuss.
Start talking after you've already talked about it. Yep. So get on to is better. Bring up makes sense, by the way. It's okay. But get on to is what they really want to say here. How did we arrive at this strange topic of conversation? Okay. Mr. Miko, what about number 5? If she has a problem.
If she has a problem, she knows she can always
she can always get help from. She can always rely on. That's the idea.
Turn to.
Good. She can always turn to her aunt for help. That's it. Okay. Rebecca, we're on to number 6 with Jill.
Number 6, Jill is thrilled with her new flat. She is with enthusiasm.
Think about the champagne.
Yeah.
What happens when you pop the cork of the champagne bottle?
Yeah, she is.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
She is.
Pop the cork of the champagne bottle.
Champagne bottle, but what do you mean with that? The pronunciation or the meaning?
No, I mean what actually happens. When you pop the cork of a champagne bottle or a fine spumante, what happens?
Open and start
to
sparkly things.
Yeah, another the sparkly things are called what?
Bubbles.
Bubbles. So the verb is she is.
Let me cheat.
Go ahead.
Yeah, let me find it. Okay, yes, it's.
You just need the preposition because you already know the word. The sparkly things are bubbles.
Bubbling over.
Exactly. She is thrilled with the new flat. She is bubbling over with enthusiasm.
Bubbling over. Okay.
That just means she's excited. Bubbling over.
Okay. Thank you.
And Sylvia, number 7 in this essay.
Yeah. In this essay.
Not essay, but essay.
Essay. I plan to.
And don't say tratar, because it's not tratar, but it means that. It means the same.
Deal with
Very good.
the causes of the French Revolution from a new perspective.
Right. So in English, we wouldn't say treat the causes, because treat means something different in English, but you're right. To deal with the causes, to discuss them. Okay.
Okay.
Very good, very good. We're back to Anna for number 8.
Let's try to run through the agenda and not to get.
Not this case. Not this case. Here it means let's not do something we shouldn't do. Let's do what we need to do, which is written down in the agenda. Let's not deviate from the agenda. What's a way to say not deviate? And there's actually 2 ways you could say this. One of them we didn't discuss.
Maybe let's try to leave aside.
Leave aside would be deviate from. I want the opposite of that. Not deviate.
Oh. I don't know. Get on to?
Nope, that would be arrive at, like arrive at a new topic. Arnaud, what do you think?
Let's try to. To bring up, no?
No, bring up would be to introduce. Frederic, what do you think?
Kept on.
Let's try to.
Kept on.
Kept would be the past. Here is the
keep
infinitive.
on. Sorry. Yeah. Let's try to keep on the agenda.
Okay, you're very close, but it's the wrong preposition. On is not the correct preposition.
Keep to.
Keep to the agenda. Okay, is that clear?
Yes, but what is the difference between kept on? Yeah, keep on and keep to.
Keep on means to continue.
Okay.
Like keep on trucking, dude. Continue doing what you're doing. Keep to means, like I said, not deviate.
Okay.
Another way to say it is to stick to synonym. Stick to the schedule. Keep to the schedule. Maybe stick to is more. You've heard that more often because it's American, and keep to is maybe a little slightly more of a British expression.
Focus on.
Not just focus on, but it really means to not deviate from, to not change the plan at all, not even a little bit. So focus on is too general. When I say we have an agenda, at 8:15 we talk about X, at 9 o'clock we talk about Y, at 9:15 we talk about Z. So we have to stick to those 3 points at those times without deviation. So that's not the same as focus on, is it? Focus on is like, let's think about this topic and another. But keep to means only talk about those things and only do those things, not anything else. What do you think? What's something that you might have to keep to, Miko, besides an agenda? It has to do with productivity. So in order to be productive, we have to keep to the what?
Try to, for instance, to organize the different meetings that are in close places more or less at the same time.
Yeah, but what's the keep to in that case? I don't follow the keep to. Where's the keep to? If you've already organized the meetings, right?
Yeah.
Then you could, and the meetings take place in particular rooms, right?
Mm-hmm.
And someone says, hey, let's switch rooms because we like air conditioning and you people have an air conditioner in your room. You could say as the manager, no, let's keep to the organization we've planned, because otherwise people will not find their meeting. They'll be in the wrong room. Let's just keep to the plan as it was organized. So that might be an example. That means don't change anything.
Okay.
All right. If you can think of another example, let me know, but that's one that comes to my mind. And our last one, I don't know where we are. I lost my place. Mr. Giancarlo, it's up to you. Number 9.
Number 9. Could you a message to Lee when you see him later?
Could you give a message? What's another way to say give?
Could you pass on?
Could you pass on a message to Lee when you see him later? Is correct. Very good. All right. Are there any questions about the phrasal verbs in these sentences? No? We're cool? Cool. I've got one more exercise for you. Here's some more phrasal verbs connected with communicating. Sorry, not communicating, but communicating. Try to explain the meaning of the verbs in bold. Use a dictionary, except don't use a dictionary. You're welcome to Google for the words if you like, okay? But I don't, well, if you've got a dictionary handy, great. You'll notice that these are all new. They don't mean the same as ones we've seen before. So you need to use the context to help you explain it. All right? Sylvia, you're going to take number 1. Rebecca, you're going to take number 2. Ksenia, you're going to take number 3. Jose, you're going to take number 4. Arnaud, you're going to take number 5. And let's see, how about Miko? You take number 6. Okay? The rest of you that are listening, you're going to make corrections if you think someone is incorrect. So have your Google handy if you want to double check. So that means Frederic and who did I miss? Frederic and Anna? Is it just the 2 of you who don't have one? No, there's 9 people and there's only 6. There's got to be 3 of you. Who else did I miss? Frederic, Anna, and maybe it was Giancarlo? Maybe the 3 of you? I think there's 3 I didn't mention. So the 3 of you, you're going to be double checking if you think people get it wrong. Okay, you're going to try to offer a correction. Sylvia, are you ready?
Yes. They won't be able to hear you at the back of the hall. You'll have to speak up.
In other words?
Loud. Loud?
To be louder.
Louder.
Anna, Frederic, Giancarlo, do you agree?
Yes, I agree.
Yes, I agree.
Giancarlo, do you agree?
Yes, John, I agree. I do.
The judges vote yes. Sylvia, you've passed the test. You may remain a Verbaling student. Okay. Rebecca, yours is number 2. Rebecca is sleeping.
No. I had no. It's okay. So number 3, class
2. Number 2.
I know, class 2B.
Okay, good.
Yeah, seem to spend most of their time in my lessons looking out of the window. I just don't know if I am getting through to them or not. Well,
In other words.
Yeah, in other words, I say I don't know if I'm getting a connection with them, you know?
Okay, getting a connection. Okay, I like it, it works. I was going to say maybe don't use the word get twice, but okay, fine, getting a connection.
To connect with them.
Good, to connect with them. Judges, do we agree?
I not agree.
Why not?
I think it's more like getting mad.
Getting mad. Okay. Okay, well, what about the other 2 judges, Anna and Giancarlo? Is it getting mad or is it connecting to?
Sorry, what means mad?
Mad, angry.
Yeah, no, I think it's more than connection.
More connection.
Yeah.
Giancarlo?
I'm not getting through to them or not. Yeah, it's something about connection, to be in contact, I think.
It's connection. 2 judges out of 3 agree with you, Rebecca, so you passed the test. You may remain a Verbling student. It's not getting mad, because I just don't know if I'm getting through to them. I'm not sure if I'm reaching them. I'm not sure. Why? Because they're looking out the window. There's nothing here that I can see that gives the indication that the teacher is angry. I mean, I would be, but there's nothing in the sentence that shows the teacher is angry. Not that I can see. If you see something, Frederick, that's confusing, let me know. So I don't know if I'm reaching them or not, because they're looking out the window. They're not paying attention.
Okay.
All right. If there's anything confusing, let me know, and I'll try to clarify it. Who was number 3? I forgot.
Me.
Oh, go for it.
Although I think most of the staff agree with me, no one else is prepared to speak up. Speak up in this case means express an opinion.
Right, right. Okay, good. So this speak up is different than the number 1 speak up. Okay? Judges, are we all agreed? To express an opinion.
Yes, I agree.
Yes, I do.
2 out of 3 so far. Anna?
Yeah, me too.
It's unanimous. Ksenia, you may remain a Verbling student. Because if you
What?
get it wrong, you may remain a Verbling student. Because you passed the test. If you got it wrong, you'd have to leave and go somewhere else. And do Rosetta Stone until your eyes fall out. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. By the way, don't do Rosetta Stone. It's terrible and expensive. Please, don't do that. This is the great thing about not being on television, is that I can say, don't do Rosetta Stone, and I can't get sued for it. Okay, we're on to number 4. We're almost out of time. Number 4 was...
Me.
Go for it, me.
Okay. The arrangements for the conference are rather complicated, and I hope I'll be able to get the details across to everyone. The meaning of the phrasal verb get across is to explain the idea in a successful way.
Sounds pretty good, yeah. Judges?
Yeah, I agree.
Yes, I agree.
I agree too.
Jose, you are welcome to remain in Verbling. Okay, last 2. Number 5. Who was number 5?
It's me, it's Arno.
Go for it.
I'm sorry to butt in, but I couldn't help hearing you mention that you come from Edinburgh. I think to butt in means interrupt.
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 Judges? Judges? Judges?
I don't know.
I don't know. Judges? Other 2 judges?
Yes, I agree. In fact, yes, I agree. Actually, I agree. I just
Okay.
Googled it. And,
Right. Notice this but has 2 T's, not 1 T. So interrupt, that kind of but, is 2 T's. B-U-T-T means the end of something. Like the butt of a rifle. B-U-T-T. People also have butts, by the way. It's the end of something. All right? Just to be clear. So B-U-T is a conjunction. B-U-T-T is a noun. In this case, but in, B-U-T-T within is a verb. The end of something. So it's, imagine, because it's like, you know, in war, you can hit someone with the butt of your rifle, like the blunt end of the gun, instead of shooting them. So if you do that, I'm sorry to butt in, it's like you stuck something in between 2 people and forced your way into the conversation. That's the metaphor. Our very last one, number 6. 1, 2.
Jack was halfway through his speech when he dried up. When he completely forgot his speak and couldn't say anything.
Speak? I don't see the word speak there. Look again.
Speech.
Speech, right. Oh, so your definition is to forget what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah? Judges?
I'm not sure.
Not sure? Frederic? Anna?
No, I don't understand the meaning.
I don't know.
Judges are not sure. Uh-oh. Do you have an alternative for Mikkel if it's not forget? Any alternatives? Class? Any alternative explanations? Dry up. The metaphor, Mikkel, has to do with a stream, a little river. In the summer, after the snows have melted, the stream can dry up and there's no more running water, right?
Yeah.
So if he's halfway through a speech before he dries up, it's possible that he forgot, or it's possible that he ran out of words. So to dry up just means basically to stop, and probably to stop because of something emotional, like he's afraid, he's self-conscious, but it could also be that he just ran out of things to say, to dry up. Okay?
Okay.
Could be that he forgot, though. It could be. Okay, very good. You now have three sets of phrasal verbs to practice on your own. We've got to stop here because we're out of time. Don't worry, there's more to come. In the next hour, I'm going to work on Grammar Garage, our third part of our series on the present perfect. This is present perfect for experiences with never and ever. You don't want to miss it. And remember, Grammar Garage is a class where we do grammar in a non-boring way. This is the boring class. The next class is not boring. Just kidding. See you soon. Bye for now.
See you.